Hello everyone, my name is Kirandeep Kaur and in this video we are going to learn about critical thinking. So let's see what all we are going to discuss today. First is what is critical thinking. We'll be seeing what is the definition, what is the meaning of thinking critically, and key components of critical thinking, the components, then importance, what is the importance, why do we need to think critically, then how to develop critical thinking skills, what are the tips, how can we develop this habit, then what are the habits of critical thinker. So the people who actually are critical thinker, what are their habits, how do they do this, then benefits of critical thinking, what are the benefits, what are the the importance in a way, what are the benefits that we will be getting once we start thinking critically. So first is the meaning. So critical thinking is a cognitive process that involves analyzing, then evaluating and synthesizing information to make reasoned and well informed decisions or judgments. So, if I talk about the definition in the simplest form possible, critical thinking basically means questioning the judgments, questioning your own biases, and not accepting things on the at the face value. So basically, the critical thinkers are the people who question things, who are very curious. They don't accept things as they are, they question it, they evaluate it, and then even they check for the facts, and after that they accept it and then they take informed decisions. So this is what basically critical thinking means. Then the key components. So, what all comes under critical thinking? First is analysis. You analyze things. Suppose you are provided with some information. So, first step will be to analyze it. And for this, we will divide the complete information into several parts. And then we will analyze it, in a proper way, in a detailed way. Then evaluating. We will evaluate things. We will understand what is the importance, how important is something. This is basically evaluation. Next is inference. We will try to make a judgment on the basis of the information which is provided to us. We will try to make an opinion on that basis. Then interpretation. What do we understand from the information? So whatever information we are, dealing with, or maybe we are provided with some data. So what we understand from that, what we interpret from that, that is another component of critical thinking. Then explanation. Now, explanation is also one of the important components of critical thinking. So how you explain your judgment to the other person, how you support your judgment, your opinion to the other person, that comes under explanation. And reflection. You also think about yourself, your beliefs, and you also check that, is there some bias with you? No. So you need to check, when you check yourself, your thought process, your mindset, your biases, your the way you perceive things, that is reflection. And then problem solving. So problem solving is one of the most important part of critical thinking, because problem solving is something which is very very important. So all the critical thinkers deal with problem solving. They are very very good problem solvers. So when you solve problems after evaluating, analyzing things, after interpreting them in the right way, that is also a part of critical thinking. Then what is the importance? Why do we need to think critically? The first is effective problem solving. As I said in the last slide, problem solving is one of the most important part of a thing which critical thinkers deal with. They are very good at solving problems, because they don't just make judgments on on certain things, on the basis of certain things. They do their whole research, they evaluate everything, and then on that basis they take decisions. So it helps in effective problem solving. Then sound decision making, because critical thinkers are well aware of everything. They are aware of their biases, they are aware of their mindset, the way they perceive things, the way they think, and also the information that is being provided to them. They evaluate it, they analyze it, and they interpret it in the right way, and after all these things then they take the decisions. So they are very good at decision making. Then enhanced creativity. Critical thinkers are very creative. They are very good at, doing things in a very creative way. So this is also one of the importance of critical thinking. Then analyzing and evaluating information. Like I said again in the previous slide, it is one of the major things that critical thinkers deal with: analyzing and evaluating information. So the people who think critically, they are very good at analyzing the information and evaluating the information and then taking certain decisions. Then effective communication. They are very good at communication. They know what they have to explain to the other person, as one of the key elements was explanation. So they are very good at communication. They know what to say, they know how to support their judgment, and then they also have that convincing power. Then lifelong learning. Critical thinking, is a lifelong practice. You have to keep on doing that to be good at it. So again, it is a lifelong process. Also, resilience in problem solving. You, if in case you face some setbacks, if a person face certain failures, if a person is a critical thinker, that person will not take those setbacks, those failures as a negative thing. Rather, that person will also, understand what happened. They will try to, analyze what all happened, and they will try to gauge what were their weaknesses, and then they will work on it, and again they will get back to take to deal with the problem in a better way. So they are basically very resilient in dealing with things. Then ethical reasoning. They know the laws, they are well aware of the information about the data which is important for them, and on that basis they do the reasoning. They are good at reasoning as well, as they have, they first analyze and then they evaluate things, and only then they take further steps. Then professional success. This is critical thinking is a part of soft skills, and it is actually a very important part of soft skills, because if you have this quality of thinking but thinking critically, it will help you a lot in your professional success, because it will make you a better problem solver, it will make you efficient decision maker, it will improve your communication skills, it will also make you a person who is well aware of everything. So that will automatically lead to professional growth. So now we'll be talking about how can we develop critical thinking skills. So first is question assumptions. Don't just accept things as they are. Question them. Question why is something like that. जैसे छोटे बच्चे होते हैं, if when we see kids, they are very curious. They always ask questions. हम उन्हें कुछ भी बताते हैं. The first thing they say is why, ऐसा क्यों? So this is the kind of mindset you need to, start having. That is, ask questions as much as possible. Don't just assume things. Don't just accept things as they are. Question them first. Then gather information from diverse sources. Don't just believe on a certain set of information, whatever you have received from maybe a colleague of yours. Do your research. Try to gather information from different sources. Check, make sure that everything, whatever you know or whatever you have been provided with, is authentic. Then analyze and evaluate the information. Analyze the information, evaluate the information. Make sure that whatever you are dealing with, you need to make sure that it is authentic, and then you are dividing it into certain parts, in some parts, and then you are studying it in detail one by one. Then practice active listening. Be an active listener, because the more you listen, it will open up your mindset, it will give you a different perspective on things, and that will help you with thinking critically. Then develop your research skills, because earlier we discussed one point, that was gather information from diverse sources. So if you are good with research, you will know from where to take data, from where which are the sources which are reliable. You will know that, and that will help you with your decision making skills. Then think in probabilities. Think of all the possible scenarios. Don't just think black and white. No, think of all the possible scenarios that are possible, and then take a decision. Then develop empathy. Try to understand other people's perspective. Try to put yourself in other person's situation. That will widen your perspective. That will give you a different, mindset. It will show you a different side of things, and which will automatically again help you with critical thinking. Then practice self awareness. So, if you are aware of your strength, of your weaknesses, of your emotions, your thought process, your expectations from yourself and others, you will be able to judge everything in the best possible way. So, be self aware. Then collaborate with others. Try to collaborate with people, because the more you will deal with people, the more you will work with people, you will be able to get different perspectives. Again, like I said, जैसे हमने पहले भी discuss किया है, you will get different perspectives. You will get to learn about different ways of seeing things, and that will help you again with your skills. Then next is keep an open mind. Identify your biases. So be open, don't assume things, and don't be rigid with your assumptions, with your beliefs. Be open minded and see what are your biases. Be aware of that, because it happens with us, with all of us, that हमारे भी कुछ biases होते हैं, हमारे भी कुछ एक assumptions होते हैं to certain things, and हम उसके accordingly we behave and we take decisions. So be aware of that first, and then have an open mind, and then deal with things. Then reflect your thinking process. Again, like I said, reflect the way you think, the way you perceive things. Is there some kind of bias, or is there some prejudgment? So work on that. Practice problem solving. Always aim to solve problems. Always aim to try to understand the problem. Don't just go there and take just aim at taking a decision. No, first understand the situation, try to solve the problem first. Then stay curious, ask open ended questions majorly. So be curious like a child. Always ask questions. Always be skeptical about things. Don't accept it quickly. Ask questions as much as possible, because that will widen your knowledge, that will widen your perspective. And also ask open ended questions, because yes and no question will not help you much. But if you ask open ended questions, the other people will also explain you their judgment, their opinions, and that will give you more and more information. Then be patient. Don't be always be in a hurry. Don't be impatient. Have some patience, and then examine, evaluate, analyze things. Next is the habits of a critical thinker. So we discussed the tips. Now we need to see what are the actual habits of a person who thinks critically. First is truth seeking. That person doesn't accept things as it is presented to them. No, those people question things. They question the assumptions. They seek the truth. And for that, they question, they ask more and more questions, they do their research, they try to seek get information from different sources. This is what their habit is, and that is why they are truth seeking always. Then judicious. They try to be very they try to take informed decisions. They just don't take decisions on the basis of some biases or some assumptions that they had from the past. No, they take the informed decisions after doing their research. Then inquisitive. They are always open to know more and more. They always are curious. They always want to know more about everything. So that is again one of the habits. Then systematic. They are very organized. They are not, they don't do things like ये पहले कर लिया, then ये बाद में कर लिया, okay, I'll do this tomorrow, I'll do this in the next month. No, they are very systematic, they are very organized. They have a plan for everything. They know how to do things and how they have to get things done. So that is why they're very organized and they're very systematic, and that keeps them free from mind, and that automatically helps them in dealing with things in a better way. Then open minded. They are open minded, they know their biases, they know their perspective, and then they are open to understand the other people as well, their mindset, their way of thinking as well, and that helps them in getting more and more information. Then analytical. They are very good at analytical skills. They analyze things in a very, very good way. So they have that habit of analyzing things. Okay, so after seeing the habits, let's look at some benefits of thinking critically. The first is effective problem solving. If you are a person who has the habit of thinking critically, it will automatically be help you with solving problems in a better way. So you will definitely be an effective problem solver. Then enhanced decision making. You will be good at making decisions because you know your perspective, and then you will do your research properly, and after only all of these things you will take a decision. So you are very good at decision making. Then improved creativity. It will improve your creativity because you always do your research. You have that habit of getting, trying to get more and more information on everything, so that will add up to your level of creativity. Then next is stronger analytical skills. People who are critical thinker, this is like one thing which is attached with them, that is analytical skills. They analyze things, first, and then they take decisions. So stronger analytical skills. Then open mindedness. You will be very open minded. You will be open to different experiences, different perspectives, and different kind of information. Then effective communication. A person who has knowledge, a person who is open to understand the other people, who is having empathy, then that person will automatically be very good at communication. So these are some benefits of critical thinking. So for the conclusion, I would like to say that critical thinking empowers individuals to be more informed, rational, and capable of navigating the complexities of life effectively. It is a skill that can be cultivated and honed through practice and continuous learning, benefiting individuals and society as a whole. So, it is not something which we can achieve in one day. We need to practice this habit of thinking critically. Now, you know all the tips, you know the benefits, and you know what are the ways in which you can start thinking critically, and how you can take the informed decisions, the best decisions possible. So understand that first, be open to things, and try to do your research. Don't just accept things as the way they are, as the way they are presented to you. Do your research, be curious, ask questions, and then take decisions and deal with things. Thank you very much, and I hope that this video was helpful for you. For more such videos, subscribe to our channel. Thank you.